Hey, everybody. I am Nikki, the crochet designer and yarn dyer behind Avery Creations and ALC Yarns. And this is the Yarn Everywhere podcast. If you caught last week's podcast, I mentioned that I may not have a podcast this week, but I was able to get everything done that I needed to get done. So here I am. Um, and honestly, like, I needed something to distract me because I'm going a little stir crazy. It is raining today, and I'm leaving in just a little bit to go pick my mom up from the airport. And so I was like, I need something to distract me because I can't really concentrate on crocheting. I'm so excited. I haven't seen my mom since October. And this is the first time that she has come to my house since I think spring of 2019, may have been 2018. So it's been a long time since she's been to my house. So I'm like a kid at Christmas. Um Anyways, I'm going to jump right in and show y'all what I am working on. I don't have a lot going on. I'll show you what I finished next. But I want to show you a whip that I started because I'm doing a little experiment, but I haven't gotten very far because it has been a crazy couple of weeks. But I am making one of my sunshine dishcloths. And if y'all know me, y'all know I love some texture. This is one of my favorite dishcloths to make. And I am using Furls Crochet's new metal streamline. Now, I want to go ahead and just tell y'all this. This isn't sponsored by Furls. Like, this is totally on me. I'm super curious. I love metal hooks, and I am a diehard Furls Odyssey crochet hook fan. Like, I pretty much use them exclusively. So when they come out with these, now I am an influencer for them. So they did send me one of the hooks. And I was playing around with it, and then when they released them to the public, I bought some, especially some in sizes I use the most. But anyways, my whole point of this is I want to tell y'all, in case you've been curious about Furls hooks, or you've just been looking for a hook, I want to tell y'all about this. So, um, I will say I'm having to get used to it because it has the inline head. It reminds me a lot of Susan Bates, and that's what I used to use. I'm trying to find one of my hook cases so I can show y'all the difference between that and okay. So, the difference, see how I don't know how it's not rounded where that one's a little rounded. So it's taken me, I feel like with the Odyssey, my yarn just kind of like rolls off. And with this one, I'm having to use my hook a little differently to get the yarn off the hook. And I think it's a me thing because I've just been using this so long. I have a certain way. But as far as the smoothness and the glide with my yarn, I'm only used it with cotton yarn, and I started like a little bitty swatch with some of my hand dyed yarn. And I will say that I do like the smoothness. And I feel like this is the experiment I'm going to do. I'm going to make one a sunshine washcloth with an H metal streamline, and then I'm going to make one with an H Odyssey and compare and see. I feel like my tension is a lot looser with the streamline, which is a good thing for me because I'm a ridiculously tight crocheter. I've come a long ways. I'm not as bad as I used to be, but I do feel like um, my stitches aren't as tight. And I wish I had some of these sunshine washcloths that I haven't, like, washed and dried and used because I could give you a good comparison, but I will have another one coming soon to compare with. So, I will say that even though I'm a diehard Odyssey girl, I'm liking these. I'm liking these, and I'm hoping the bougie side of me is hoping that they're gonna come out with a line of these, like, maybe like a rose gold, because I definitely want some rose gold ones because I love the rose gold color. So, I do like it, and it's not hurting my hand, so that's a good thing, but I'm still all for odysseys. Yes, so Danielle said that, it took her a bit to get used to the streamlines, but they're now her favorite, and her gauge is a little taller with the streamline and a little shorter with the Odyssey, and I feel like it's how it makes you hold your hook because it's just shaped differently. These are a lot longer. I don't know, I really like the way that these feel in my hand, I'm not gonna lie. Um, and right now, Odyssey is still winning, and I think that's just because I've been using these exclusively for so long, but I'm definitely giving these a try because 'cause I'm all about metal hooks, and I have some of their Streamline, I have some of their other Streamline hooks, and I like them, I love them for blanket yarn, but I don't care for them for other yarns, and then here's one of their just Streamline wooden ones. And I've always loved the shape of these. But anyways, I was gonna do a whole like video review once I get this done and just compare because I've seen a lot of people ask these questions, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. So I was like, why not just talk about it on the podcast? Because I'm intrigued and I'm a little bit excited, especially if they come out with a rose gold one, y'all. I'm gonna be a little bit ridiculous. So that is my whip, and I'm actually gonna make this a usually I make these like a perfect square, but I think I'm actually gonna make it a little bit bigger. So this is my, like, brainless, I don't need any kind of brain power in the evenings, quick thing I can pick up and work because I have the pattern memorized. So that is one of my whips, and I'm using the project bag from April's, yarn club. I'm obsessed with this bag. I did an April yarn club unboxing in the last podcast, so go check that out. But I grabbed 2 of these. I loved it so much, and when I realized I had extras, I actually have 2 of these bags, and I kinda want them in every color. Um, I'm trying to make sure I put these where I can see them because I'm leaving town on Friday and I want to make sure I take some whips with me. So I haven't packed for my trip yet, but yesterday I did pack yarn. I started packing yarn because priorities. Yes, Missy, rose gold for the win. And let me show you. So I haven't actually like started this. I mean, I did start it and then I decided I wanted to do different colors. But since I finished the Sassy Wrap with, sock weight yarn, I am about to dig in with the DK weight yarn. So I have all the yarn organized, and I think I showed y'all this, but I have it caked up, and this is my idea. I'm going to well, let me just show you with this. I haven't finished the ends, but I've been working on it. Bear with me. So this part where the green is, I'm going to use this color, my Morning Glory color. And then for the part where the white is, the V stitches. So I'm going to have this color. Okay, and I did number 1, and I'm going to tell you about that. And then for the V stitches, I'm going to do that color. Then I'm going to go to cake number 2 because these were dyed in 2 different batches, and the way that I dyed this and just how hand dyed yarn is, you can already see a little bit of the differences in these. So I'm going to alternate these as well. Also, yesterday was one of those days where everything I did was a struggle, and I caked this thing twice. And I'm like, "You know what? I'm done. It's done. It's not perfect. It's done." So, it's a little messy, but yesterday was just messy. Anyways, so then after that one, I will be doing this color. So, it's going to be let me see if my little bitty hands can do this here. We're gonna try it. So this is gonna be how I'm gonna alternate the colors in the pattern. And I'm pretty excited about that. Um, yeah. So I can't wait to get started, but I haven't I don't think I crocheted all yesterday. Um, and I don't think I did Monday either. I think or knit. I think it's a record. Um, I was just really tired. And I had a lot of stuff, but all the adulting is done, and now I'm just like I'm almost in vacation mode. Um, so those are my whips. Oh, and I'm still working on that dadgum sock, y'all. I have learned not to work on it when I'm tired, and I've been tired, so it's just been sitting there looking pretty. But one of these days, I'm gonna have a pair of knit socks. Um, and then I showed y'all the Sassy Basket, and I added this cute little Yarn is My Love Language patch. Idaho Tailor made, custom made these for me, and I think they're adorable. And I think these were in my February Yarn Club boxes. And I've just been looking at that patch and I'm like, do I want to put it on a cozy or what do I want to put it on? And when I finished this basket, I was like, oh, I'm putting it on this basket. And this is a little bit of a spoiler alert, but I've already told my yarn club. This Sassy Basket is one of the extras for my yarn club members this month. I went all out for May because it's the second birthday month and the extras. Anyways, so this pattern is one of the extras. And then they also got one of these wooden basket bottoms. Let me tell you, this is a game changer for making baskets. I love them. And she even makes the little rectangle ones for cute little trays. Anyways, Crafty Bama Stitch, you can find her on Instagram. She worked with me and made these for my yarn club members this month. Um, so I'm pretty excited about that, and I can't wait to make some more baskets. I am going to be using that bright sunshine, or not bright sunshine, the brights color with some white to make the next one because this is made with double stranded cotton, and I think that's going to be super super cute. So the next one I make is going to be that. Um, okay, and then I had a custom order request from one of my yarn club members, and I love it when I get custom requests. But she sent me a picture of this top that she's going to make with lace weight, and she's making it for a wedding, for her to wear to a wedding. And I have never stocked lace weight yarn, but it was gorgeous. And she wanted me to dye the yarn for her, and the yarn color was very similar to my Braless by 9 colorway from April. So I ordered some lace weight yarn and I dyed the Braless by 9, but without speckles. And it turned out so pretty. And anyways, so while I knew I was going to be dyeing up that colorway, I asked my yarn club members if they wanted any more of that colorway. This is the colorway, and I'm obsessed with it. So I dyed me another one. I was so pressed for time and my brain was just tired. I meant to dye more DK weight for me because I was thinking like a wrap with it, but I didn't. And I only ended up with extra sock weight. So I'm thinking about making another Sassy Wrap with this, but I can't decide if I should just make the whole thing in this color or if I should put some tonals in there. And if I do tonals, what color? Let me show y'all something. And I want to see if it's just me or what y'all think. Okay, so let me grab it. I dyed these at the same time, so they were on the drying rack together. Just go with me here. Okay, I really wish the lighting would be better because this blue is about 2 shades brighter. I don't know. It's like I don't know, like a cobalt. To me on my screen, it's looking a little muted. So it's about 2 shades brighter than what it's looking like on my screen. So I was like, oh my goodness. But I'm wondering if that's too much. Too much. I was also thinking like a dark purple, maybe a navy. I don't know. So let me know what color, like what tonal color you would pair with this, or if you would just do it all in this wild color. Um, oh, Missy, yes, I do. Hey, Sherry, thank you. I actually have some extras. Danielle, yes, the whole thing. Um, I actually have some extras because I have a ton of extra goodies from April. So I was going to make up some more April yarn club boxes for the public to buy if they wanted to. So Missy, if you want one of them, I have some pretty much worsted weight. I think I have a couple of worsted weight and then I have one sock weight. So you just let me know. But I do feel like I'm going to be dyeing more of that for the yarn crawl too. Um, Let me see what else is on my list here. I had like my mind was just racing with all these ideas. I was like, I'm just wrote it all over this paper here. So, finished. I think the only thing I finished as far as whips, and I think I showed y'all this last week. I don't remember. Um, is the gorgeous Sassy Wrap, and this was made with yarn from Lorri at Arkansas Yarn Co. And that's where I'm going to be at in July for the yarn crawl. Um, and I just love how it worked up. And I'm super excited to say that look how much yarn I have left. I have a good bit of this, a good bit of this. I love this color. Now the pretty green with the speckles, I don't have any. Use like almost all of it. Like I think I had like that much yarn left. And then her wedding cake color, which is just a pretty vanilla color. Anyways, so I have all this yarn left. I haven't weighed it yet. And so my mind's been racing with different different things. Part of me was thinking I'm all about cowls right now. Part of me was thinking like a triangle cowl, or I don't know what they're called. Maybe it is a shawl, but almost like a cowl shawl thing, words, that maybe buttons or is whip stitched together that just kind of like if you were gonna wear a summer dress and and then you were gonna be inside where it could be cold, it's something you could just kinda like wear over your shoulders. I don't know what they're called. I'm not girly. So I don't think I've ever worn anything like that. I want to. So maybe I'll wear one or maybe I'll make one. But anyways, so those are where my brain is going. But I would love to hear your suggestions of what I should do with this yarn because I feel like it doesn't need to sit on the shelf. I feel like it needs to become something quickly or slowly because it's sock weight, but you know what I mean. So I've just been eyeing that and thinking of what I could do. Um, so they're not really whips, but I did ship out all of my May yarn club, all of the sock set orders, all of the mystery bag orders, um, all of those left the house yesterday. So I was a day ahead of schedule as far as yarn club and like several days ahead of schedule as far as the website orders. So I was like super, super proud and super, super tired. Had to I had to tag in some adults. I needed some adults. I didn't get any chocolate, but I got some adults. My sweet mother-in-law, I called her. I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she was just about to put some like peas on for supper, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And she's like, "Well, I can come help you for a little bit." So that sweet lady come up here and I had 2 huge laundry baskets full of yarn from the live sale, and I think I just got overwhelmed, like, I just didn't know where to start, and I had all this other stuff too, and I was like, "If I could just get an adult that, isn't ADHD and that can focus for 5 minutes." So, I was like, "Would you mind?" I went and, like, dumped all the laundry out of my other laundry baskets. I was like, "I'll fold y'all later," and brought them in here. I was like, "If you could just put, like, the 100 numbers in one, the 200 numbers in one, and 300 numbers in another. And then, like, I had her read the numbers off for me for each person that got from the live sale, and then we just pulled everybody's orders, and just having somebody just, like, right there with me, basically holding my hand, I was like, I could just feel myself calming down. But I had gotten so much stuff done, and then I just looked at that, and I'm just like my brain was just like, "Where do I start? How do I start? What's the system?" It was pretty funny, and I think a lot of it was just I was just tired, and it was just the little thing that got me. So she came over and helped for like an hour, and then I was left unsupervised for about another hour and a half, and then my assistant came over and took over. And let me tell you, her and I have found a system. We just got in here and got stuff done. So so thankful for the people in my life that come and help me. I do have some extras of the birthday party yarn and a few of the sock sets that I will be adding in the shop when I get back from vacation. And I will also be adding the April Yarn Club extras in the shop. So I have one of the Bed by 9. That's on worsted. And then I have one of the Giggle Juice on DK. If I don't keep it, I'm trying not to keep it. And then I have, I think, 4 or 5 Braless by 9s. And I think I have one sock Braless by 9. I really wanted some DK weight on that one, but evidently I didn't write myself a note, or I didn't read the note to myself. Okay. Last week, I told y'all I'm doing a little giveaway. And if you didn't catch last week, go back, because you comment a phrase and that's going to get you entered. Also, this is not in any way sponsored or affiliated with YouTube. This is straight up me. I just want to give back to y'all because I'm really enjoying this podcast. I feel like it's another way for me to just kind of tell y'all what's going on, and another way to build like another community of yarn friends. It's just a little small gesture to give back to y'all. The winner will be announced on June 8th during that podcast. There will not be a podcast next week. I'm sorry, but I will be on vacation. I will be chilling with my mama. So the last week I gave y'all a phrase to post in the comments, and that's all you had to do to get your name entered. And then the winner will win the digital crochet pattern for my Sunshine Ice Coffee or Tea Cozy. They will win this super cool cup that changes colors when you put water in it. I can't remember. I believe it changes colors with cold. I don't know if it does with hot. I'm pretty sure it's just cold. I don't know. I don't remember, and I don't want to lie to you. And it has just like the beautiful, fun rainbow colors. And then you will also get my favorite cotton yarn color, Brights. But I love this cotton. Okay. And then I was like, oh my goodness. The cozy is not complete without a tag. So you will get to pick which tag you want. There is coffee. There is my cup of tea, in case you're a tea drinker and not a coffee drinker. Coffee and my dog. Coffee and cats. I think that one's adorable with the little whiskers and the heart. And beautiful. So you will get your pick. There's some fuzz on that one. You will get your pick of a tag as well, and it will come with one of the Chicago style screws to attach it. So this week, in order to get your name entered in, I would love for you to comment with my favorite item to crochet is, or my favorite item to knit is, and tell me what it is. And that'll get you entered. And then what I'm going to do is go through the comments here and the comments on the previous one, put all of the names into a random name picker and let it pick the winner. And then I'll announce it June 8th. So I can't wait to see who wins. I thought that was super fun. And I think that's all that I have for y'all today. Oh, I am missing a bunch of comments. Either the two together or a purple. I was thinking a purple too. Yeah, that would be really pretty. So I am going to leave y'all with a momentum moment, and it's kind of a funny story. There is this huge like bookcase that has been in my office forever. Do y'all have that piece of furniture that it's like a really nice piece of furniture, but it doesn't like go anywhere in your home? That's what this was. And it's been in my office, and I'm just running out of room in here, and I've been wanting to move it. So I finally decided yesterday it was the day I was going to move it. Well, that thing, it probably would take 3 or 4 grown men to move that thing. Well, thank God for those little slider things. But I had to lift it up in order to get the sliders under it, and so it has, like, a closed section with doors in the bottom, and it's slap full of books. Like, I collect a certain author's books, and I have almost all of his first edition books, and they're signed in there. Like, those are my preciouses. And then in the top, there's, like, 3 shelves of an open bookcase, so there was books in there too. So on top of it being a heavy piece of furniture, there was a ton of books in there. Anyway, so I finally, like, I would just have to, like, brace myself, lift it and then try to move the slider with my foot. It took me so long. Anyways, I finally got the sliders on it. But even with the sliders, y'all, I was huffing and puffing, pushing, tugging to try to get that thing out of this room. Um, Anyways, I got it in the doorway, and then I was like, "I need to go to the other side," and there was, like, no room to wiggle. So anyways, it was kind of funny because I'm not even 5 foot tall, and this shelf is just huge. And, anyways, it got me to thinking about sometimes in business, or maybe not even just in business, but when you're trying something new or something like that, we feel like if we push hard enough or we pull hard enough or we just like we could just by sheer force, we can just make something happen. But sometimes we have to take a step back and look at it from different perspectives and be willing to pivot. Be willing to look at it in a different way or maybe change our approach or, go to like another angle and things like that. But so many times like we get our emotions in there and we're just like I'm just going to make it happen. But with this bookshelf, like no matter how much I would push at a certain point, it was not going anywhere. So I had to take a step back, calm down because my anger was going to get like a hole in the wall or something, or I was go get my skill saw and cut it up in pieces or something. Who knows? But I just had to take a step back and look at it. Okay, if I do this, okay, I can get it done this way. And then also when I finally got it moving and I got it out into the open, I had to be strategic about the next step because I couldn't just push it from one room to the other because I needed to flip it around. And if I would have gone just full force ahead, I would have gotten in that other room and I wouldn't have been able to flip it around as easily as I would have in this little open area. So I actually went live in between. I was like in my Makers Momentum coaching group and I was like, look, y'all, I had to go get some water. I had to wipe my brow. And then I wanted to use this as an encouragement today that, sometimes you just have to take a step back and and look at it from a different perspective and be a little strategic about it. So I just want to leave y'all with that today that no matter what you're going through right now, sometimes we feel like we can force things to happen. And you may just have to take a step back and look at it from a different perspective, try something different because there's nothing worse than like giving something your all and forcing it into existence just because you are stubborn and you're like, no, this is how it's going to happen. And then you do all of this work, all of this energy, and then you get on the other side of it and you're like, oh, you know what? I really didn't want this. This really isn't what I wanted. And at some point you'd let your emotions take over and just your sheer stubbornness and you're like, "No, I'm now like it's a challenge. Now I'm going to win." And I know I've done that a couple of times in my business and then I get on the other side of it and I'm like, "This is not what how I wanted my business to feel. This is not where I was going with this." And then I had to take a step back and pivot. So that is my maker's moment with y'all today. And I hope that encourages you that if there's something that you've just been, um, that's just been challenging you and you just keep pushing or you keep tugging, sometimes you just have to take a step back. So I hope that y'all have an awesome Whip Wednesday and that you take some time just for you, just some selfish crochet time to put your feet up. Don't worry about them dishes. They'll be there in a little bit. Even if it's just 15 minutes. Just take some time just to be creative. And I will be back on June 8th and I'll be checking on social media here and there. I'm not going to completely check out for a week and a half. But I am going to take some time to just be present with my mom and my family and rest. So I will talk to y'all soon. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye, y'all.